Winhall will be holding its town meeting the old-fashioned way, live and in person on Tuesday, March 1st, starting at 10 a.m. It will be held at the town garage, like last year's town meeting was, instead of its usual location at the Mountain School in Winhall, to allow for more social distancing. But for fans of Vermont's town meeting tradition, this might be as close as it gets to the classic version of town meeting, with questions and voting from the floor, easily amendable articles, and face-to-face interaction. On the town side of the warning, Winhall's Select Board is offering a budget proposal that calls for spending of about $5,062,000, an increase of about $311,000 over last year. However, the tax rate will be decreasing slightly, at about 52 cents per $100 of assessed property value. Over on the school district side, the Winhall School Board is hoping voters endorse their budget proposal of about $4.4 million, which will result in a tax rate of about $1.70, about 8 cents lower than last year's, and significantly lower than in recent years, when the school district saw its tax rate rise to over $2, driven by upticks in the school district's enrollment. Jennifer Samuelson, the chairwoman of Winhall's School Board, described some of the highlights of the school district's budget.
Basically, if you're just looking at the school budget, the amount that we're spending for pupils is actually down compared to last year. But because of that, and because there is no penalty applicable this year, because there's a 2-year moratorium that's been placed on the penalty by the General Assembly, we are actually taking advantage of that, and we're asking the voters both to transfer the surplus from the general fund to the bus stabilization fund, and then we are additionally raising a little bit more money for the bus stabilization fund, and we're asking for a significant investment in the tax stabilization fund because this is the year to do it. So it actually will end up being, well, let me make sure. Our tax rate is ultimately going to go down this year, despite those things, which is fantastic. The BRSU has actually printed out this year's school information booklet. These are currently sitting at the BRSU, and anyone could stop by and go get it. But town offices, the post office, Winhall Market, and the public library. So after Tuesday morning, anyone who's interested could go to one of those 4 locations and get a booklet in advance of town meeting.
Again, voting in Winhall will take place on Tuesday, March 1st, with the polls open at the town garage on Old Town Road from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. For the GNAT-TV News Project, I'm Andrew McKeever.